Yo, 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 what's happening, guys? METAVERSEMILLEN here. How are we all today? We're back with another video. We're currently in LA right now, and exciting times. I don't know where to start. Do we start with the Prodom? Do we start with Spark Tycoon? There's so much going on with Upland right now, so let's get into the video. We're going to go over to quickly check, because this has just been released. I've just literally seen this about 3 seconds ago, so I'm going to jump onto it quickly and get this video out, and then we'll talk about Tycoon and just, yeah, like, wow, crazy. So embarking on the first Totem Cycles in Upland, so Totems are coming out, so finally you'll be able to get your Prodom, you'll be able to start seeing what can actually happen with Totems, because like everybody else, I don't even have a clue how. I understand a little bit, but like until they come out, like, I don't have a clue, to be fair, so I'm really looking forward to seeing this. As the final totems have been sold, we're gearing up for an exhilarating phase in Upland. The simulation of life through totems. Let's explore how totems function, the effective use of Protem, and the elements of gamification involved. So it's just amazing to actually see now we'll be able to have life kind of coming into Upland and all the other stuff as well. And just, yeah, I've got a really good feeling going forward. And just, yeah, the markets are up. Tycoon's just smashed like everything out of the park, to be fair. We'll talk about that after this. The first Totem Cycles begin. The inaugural cycle of Totems will commence on Tuesday, January 9th. Well, that's only 5 days away. Prior to this, on January 8th, between 9 and 10 a.m, we will capture a snapshot of all players possessing a totem map asset. Following this, each of these players will be granted a one-time Totem allocation to initiate the nurturing of their totems. Each totem will go through at least 5 cycles, during which players can feed them with the objective of getting Totem in return. Wow. In an initial Totem drop, only holders of Totem map assets will be eligible to participate. Unexchanged Totem passes will not be included. So you have to obviously like open your pass to get your Totem. If you still hold the passes and you don't open them, you'll miss out on the actual being able to feed your Totem. Totem sale. For those who didn't receive the initial Totem drop, or if you're looking to acquire additional Totem, we will have Totem for sale during each cycle at the Upland store. We will be making a significant quantity of Totem available for purchase, ensuring that any Totem owner can access Totem during a cycle if required. This sale is exclusively accessible to owners of Totem map assets. Here are the details for the first sale. So the registration opens on Thursday, January 11th, and then the sale begins on Friday the 12th. So I guess you can actually buy more Totem, put it in, like, so say you get one Totem, like say there's 5 cycles, or what did it say there, how many cycles? Go through at least 5 cycles, so say you get one Totem, does that mean like you put 0.2 in 5 times? But then if you buy some more from the store and you have 2, can you put 0.4 in every time and like double how much it gives you back? And then it's kind of like, yeah, you can earn all this off the Totems now. Like, imagine just being able to like buy more and then make it create more. It'll be really cool to see what the mechanics come behind it for those who receive the Pro drop. So we've seen that. Understanding Totems and Totem. Totems in the Upland are a unique map asset that players interact with using Totem, a new token introduced for this purpose. Each totem stands out with its own set of unique attributes and characteristics. The cycles of totems represent periods when players can activate and spend Totem on their totems. During these cycles, the amount and frequency of the Totem spent determine the reward you receive. So it has that curve. We've seen the curve, and like when you feed it, but I guess it'll actually help you, like kind of how I see it, like treasure hunting. When you get close to something, it'll blink really fast. So is there like a optimum time to feed it? I guess it'll tell you, or you'll be able to figure it out, or something. You've got to be able to, and there'll be a way for that, I guess. Activation and spending cycle. The journey of each totem begins with the activation and spending cycle. At the start of the cycle, players have a crucial 5-day window to make their initial spend and activate their totem. This period is key. If you don't activate your totem within these first 5 days, it remains inactive for the entire 30-day cycle. So the cycle's 30 days, so it has at least 5 cycles, so at least every, what's that, every like 6 days or something like that. Every 6 days you'll have to feed it. Maybe they said there could be more, so it could be every like 2 to 3 days, but the longest amount of time will be 6 days, I guess. Players who activate their totems during the first 24 hours of initial activation period will receive the exclusive Totem Pioneer badge. Be sure to seize this chance to add another distinctive badge to your collection. Their totems during the first 24 hours activation period, so I'll need to make sure I get this activated. We want a badge. We've not had a badge yet on Upland, so that'll be quite cool. During this initial phase, if a totem hasn't been activated, its status will display in cycle, not yet activated. However, once you activate your totem, the status updates, letting you track the remaining days of the 30-day cycle. If you don't see the status update, reload the page and it should pop up. Remember, no late activations. Keep in mind the timing is critical. Missing the 5-day activation window means losing the chance to participate in that cycle. So there'll be 12 cycles a year, I guess, one every single month on a 30-day period. Earning cycle: upon activation with your first spend, your totem enters its 30-day earning cycle. The rewards you acquire during this period depend on how you manage your spend, following your totem's unique earnings curve. So that just means like there'll be better times to put like Prodom in, I guess. Like when the curve's high, you can get more out. When it's low, it doesn't produce much. Like you can kind of like leave it alone. I don't really want to say much till it comes out. Like I'm kind of just like making assumptions now, but I guess it's pretty close to that. Individual cycle timings. Every totem operates on a 30-day cycle, which starts on the day the player activates. It's during the initial 5-day activation period. Consequently, the end date of these cycles are staggered. They don't all conclude simultaneously, but will finish within a 5-day range based on their representative activation dates. So you've got the 5-day window to activate your totem, and then like basically whatever minute of that 5-day period you activated it, that's the 30 days will go on from that. So you don't all start at the same time. It just depends when the player activates it. So getting started. Oh wow. To begin nurturing your totem, you'll need to feed it by spending Prodom on it. So spend Prodom to feed your totem. Access it on the full NFT screen. Click the green Spend Prodom button and enter the amount of Prodom you wish to spend. Remember, once spent, Prodom cannot be recovered. Your totem will generate Prodom in return over the span of the entire circle. So yeah, you spend Prodems. So you put Prodom in and then you make more Prodom back. The goal with Totems is to maximize the amount of Prodom returned from your spends. This process involves fine-tuning the quantity and frequency of your Prodom feeds to align with the distinct characteristics of each totem. So I guess you'll have a window and like the best time to optimize how much you feed it. So I guess it's not best to feed it 5 times the same amount. It's best to feed it based on like how it's performing. When you make your first Prodom spend, you will receive hints to help you maximize returns. Here we go. Frequency score. So this is what we need. So like now available Prodom 1 efficiency score. So when it's in red, you don't want to feed it. When it's in like the high, I guess you feed it. How does spending work? This will zoom in so you can actually see this quickly, but nature the totem with Prodom to sustain it once it's well. The yield return based on the amount and frequency you fed it. Be patient, play with the totem, and experiment to find the right balance. Remember, perfection may not come immediately. Let's cultivate the totem wisely and enjoy the journey. So each totem's different, and then you'll get a spend Prodom bits, the best time to actually put it. So it's kind of like staking Spark, I guess, in a way, like, you know, and then you get like Spark rewards, but Prodom rewards if you feed it at the right time. Kind of like if you hit the right property, you get a. I'm not explaining it very well, but yeah, 15.58 Prodom rewards. So I guess you can actually like if you put 20 Prodom. So I guess it doesn't matter. You could put 100 Prodom in at certain points, or you could put 1 Prodom in at certain points, and then like the more you put in, so the bigger players can earn more, I guess, off the same momentum. Not momentum. What do you call them again? Bloody totems. So yeah, I guess it's on the amount you actually feed it. So I guess you can feed it the amount you want to, but then obviously if you get it wrong and it produces less than you put in, that's your fault as well. So every totem functions according to one of 7 optimal spending frequency models, varying from 0 to 50 hours. Optimal spend is the Prodom spent in a time window that sits in the middle of the interval. Moreover, each totem is assigned a spend score from 0 to 100. This score visible to players when they go to spend on their totems. Dictates how efficiently a player is managing their Prodom in terms of both frequency and amount of optimize returns from their totem. Ah, cool. So you get a spend score. So I guess you just spend when it gets to 100. Or like if you're going to bed and it's like 95, I guess you just get it there instead of like it going over to 0. Output. In Upland, each totem comes to life with its own output curve, shaping how you earn Proton rewards. There's a variety in how these curves behave. Some dish out rewards immediately, while others build up to a bigger payoff over time. And yes, some curves bring a bit more unpredictability to your game, spicing things up with their volatility. Now let's break down the 11 types of curves representing the 11 life forms with 6 archetypes of the earning journey you'll encounter in Upland. Linear, here your rewards grow consistently over time. It's a direct, predictable climb, much like walking up a gentle slope. Hockey stick, this curve plays the long game. Initially it's a slow and steady, but wait for it. Suddenly your rewards skyrocket, mirroring the sharp turn of a hockey stick. It's a game of patience with a potentially big payoff. The wave, get ready to surf. Rewards of this curve rise and fall, creating a wave-like pattern. It adds an element of timing and rhythm to your strategy as you aim to catch the high points for maximum rewards. And then the sharp step, this curve initially offers rewards at a steady pace and unexpectedly steps up to a higher rate. The sudden sharp steps adds a dramatic twist to the earning trajectory. Dynamic. Mild step. In this curve, rewards begin at a constant rate, then take a more mild step up at some point. They increase in slight, offering a modest yet noticeable lift in earnings. And then the static llama. Exclusively to the rare, one-of-a-kind llama totem, this output features a stable and consistent earning pattern. Each output curve in Upland adds a unique twist to gameplay, ensuring a rich and varied experience as you navigate your totems. Part of the game's allure is figuring out which output curve you're dealing with. Embrace the challenge of discovering and mastering the distinct attributes and rewards each curve offers as you connect them with different life forms. Ah, cool. So it'll always be one of those certain ones. So once you know the output and the amounts off each one, you'll be able to calculate it going forward which kind of curve you're on. And then so the more you kind of like do it, the more we actually participate in these, the more we'll actually understand the different totems curves, I guess. And then like you can put more kind of like, you know when to put the money in, or you know when to put the Protem in. Collection caps. In Upland first Totem Cycle, we've removed the collection cap. This means there's no limit to how much Protem can accumulate on your totem. Under normal circumstances, this cap limits the amount of Protem you can accumulate. Once it's reached, no more Protem is added until you collect the existing amount. So it's kind of just like the spending cap. If you collect, you can't just leave your totem to like gather as much Protem as possible. You have to collect that Protem, so you have to be active with your totems. Keep in mind we can activate this cap at any time during the cycle, and it will be applied in future cycles, so it's wise to regularly collect your Protem to avoid hitting this limit and missing out on any further accumulation. So basically they're just like letting you know that there's no going to be surprises in the future. They will put the cap on it, but for now they're going to let players like learn it and understand it. Penalties. Keep in mind in Upland's totem gameplay, both excessive and insufficient spending carry carry potential penalties that can impact the returns from your Protem. Let's explore the potential penalties involved. Concentrating the outcomes of missing Protem spending and interval. Miss and spend penalties. So this will be cool. So if you actually miss the feeding period, this penalty is vary depending on the trait variation of your totem possesses. So variation 1, for each spend opportunity you miss, future intervals suffer a yield reduction. This penalty increases cumulatively, meaning if you miss more intervals, the reduction yield becomes more significant. Reaching 100% penalty is possible, which effectively renders your totem inactive for the remaining cycle. Variation 2, every time you miss a spend opportunity, the life cycle of your totem shortens by 1 interval. This means that the totem will stop producing rewards sooner than it would have if all spend opportunities were utilised. These are real cool. This is going to add so much like different kind of gamification to Upland. So yeah, really excited by this. The amount of kind of like brains behind putting this together. You can say what you want, but like this is really cool. You can miss up to 5 spend intervals without any penalty. However, upon missing your 6, your totem stops yielding rewards immediately, ending the cycle permanently. So that's one's like, wow. So you can miss up to 5 spends. That means like it's a lazy one, but if you take it too lazy, you'd actually like lose everything. This is the most lenient version. There are no penalties for missed spend intervals, making it ideal for players who might not be able to spend consistently. See a variation 4, but it'll probably earn less, but you don't have to worry about penalties. And then you could get one that earns a lot, I guess, but then it's got a lot of penalties associated with it. Spending mechanics and penalties. Apart from misspends, there are penalties associated with how you spend on your totem. Overspending. If you spend more than the optimal amount in a given interval, the excess amount doesn't contribute to increased yields. Essentially, this excess spend is wasted. So you don't want to invest too much Prodom. You want to invest the peak amount, so the highest amount that can take at that time. Underrepresenting. If you spend less than the optimal amount, the yield you receive for the initial interval is reduced. This penalty is calculated using a formula that proportionately decreases the yield based on how much less you spend compared to the optimal amount. There's so much gone into this. This is amazing. Multiple spends in an interval. Only the highest amount will be taken into account, as well as its timing within the interval. All other spends is lost. And then timing penalties. Each totem has a unique optimal spending interval. Disapprobable through hints given when feeding your totem. Spending within this window yields maximum returns. Spending out of this time frame, either early or late, reduces the yield for that period. This system prompts players to strategically identify and follow their totem-specific spending schedule for the best results. And then impacts of penalties. Impacts of penalties. The penalties in Upland totem gameplay and strategic layer, requiring players to carefully consider their spend decisions and timing. Understanding and navigating these penalties is key to maximizing the yield from your totem and enhancing the overall gameplay. Understand the totem traits from style, color, scale, and totem base. The essence of each totem lies in its traits, which are central to its identify. Every totem is characterized by 5 distinct visual traits, which each one corresponding to a specific attribute that shapes the totem's overall nature. These traits, life form, style, color, scale, and totem base, come in various forms, giving every totem a unique set of characteristics. This diversity not only affects the appearance on each totem, but also influences its behavior and the Prodom rewards it can yield. They look really nice, cool. Totems provide a vibrant strategic aspect to Upland, mirroring the complexities of life. To excel, it's crucial to nurture your totems with precision, balancing the Prodom spend both in terms of quantity and frequency. Regular investing of your Prodom rewards is also essential to sustain the capacity of your totem. Through meticulous management of your totems, you can exchange your rewards, diving deep into the unique and constantly developing experience that Upland offers. Frequently asked questions. What are Totem Cycles in Upland? Totem Cycles are created when players can activate their totems, feed them Prodom, and receive rewards in return. When do first Totem Cycles start? The cycle starts on Tuesday, January the 9th at 9 AM. And then the snapshot's on the 8th. I need to make sure I'm actually not working at that time, or I'll have to go to the bathroom or something to make sure I'm not in a meeting or something. How can I get Prodom? Prodom can be purchased at the Upland store during each cycle starting on the 12th of January. What happens if I don't activate my totem? If you miss 5-day activation, the totem will remain inactive for that 30-day cycle. What determines the rewards from your totem? Rewards depend on how you manage your Prodom spends, following your totem's unique earning curve over 30-day cycle. Do you lose your totem after 30 days then? Can Alcatraz users participate in totem spending? No, users in Alcatraz are not eligible to participate in totem spending. What happens if you sell my totem mid-cycle? If you sell totem mid-cycle, any uncollected Prodom stays with the totem and the new owner can continue the cycle. How do output curves affect my totem rewards? Totems have various output curves, linear, hockey stick, wave curve, that influence the timing and the amount of Prodom rewards. Is there a limit to the Prodom accumulation on totem? Initially there's no collection cap, but it can be introduced at any time and will present in future cycles. Then what penalties exist? Penalties on missing spending windows or incorrect spending include reduced yields, shortened life cycles, and potentially early cycle termination. How do totem traits affect gameplay? Each totem has traits like form, style, color, scale, and base, influencing its behavior and the Prodom rewards it yields. So that's really a lot in there for the totems, and that comes out on the 9th. So this is going to be really cool. What's the 9th? And that's Thursday. Tuesday. Wait, no, I don't want to have a look. Yeah, Tuesday the 9th. We're going to get well, I've only got one totem, but we're actually going to get into this. This is cool. Let me know in the comments what you think. Are you excited for these to come out? How many totems do you actually have as well? Just, yeah, let me know down in the comments. Everyone what's new to the channel as well, welcome. I've now got a lot of new people coming in now, so if you're not already subscribed, please click that subscribe button. We're really trying to grow this channel now, and just let me know what you're looking forward to with the totems and all the other stuff coming to Upland. Also, the Spark exchange as well is just going crazy. As you can see here, we've got 136 UPEX now in the bank. We did have 42,000, and I will talk about that now, because I've seen something really cool with Spark Tycoon, and basically we've been getting a lot of like energy and a lot of other stuff as well, but I've seen the market did drop below like 960 again, so we've purchased a good amount of energy, and then we've just put it back onto the market at like 1250 kind of price point, and then we've put some more energy on at like 1300, and then other places just testing where the market is as well. So if the market goes past that point, we can make like a good amount on the actual energy as well, and then we can just keep like kind of repeating that process every day, and I believe we can make about 15,000 UPEX a day. Well, we have done for the last 3 days now, but we can actually like kind of like boost that even further, getting it up to like 25,000, 30,000 every single day by just selling like half of our energy back to the market once the market's high, and then like buying it when the market's low, and that will also keep like the price of the energy. So if I had enough energy, enough UPEX right now, I'd buy these 3 energy, and then I'd just put them back up for like 1250 to 1500 UPEX, and then basically just keep repeating that cycle as well, keeping the market high, and then hopefully the market goes up as well, pushing energy really further. Love the game and the concept as well, and just like there's loads of different ways to actually make UPEX in the game. It doesn't just have to be by buying like windmills and other stuff. You can actually calculate which one will make the higher return as well. Is it better investing all my resources? Is it better like buying and selling? Just loads of different ways in the game as well, so really excited to see what happens with this. And then also the Spark rental as well. You can see like there's a lot more activity going on Spark rental now as well. So like I've seen like more like 595 and some of the purchase rates. It's not going to load for us, right? So we can actually see what we've got right now, but can we actually go back on the live listings? I guess they're all full again. There was only a couple left open, but now there's a lot of players on this website that I guess it's like just basically all the sales are gone, like all those contracts are full. So we've collected all our resources. So we did get another like 13,000 UPEX today on Tycoon, also 0.02 Spark, plus about 3,000 UPEX profit on treasure hunting as well. And then we've basically just got like another, I think we got altogether like 58 or 60 energy. I could be wrong, but around about that mark as well. And then we've just put that back on the market as well. So once that all sells, it'll get the account up to about 75, 76,000 UPEX, and then we'll treasure hunt again tomorrow, getting the account close to like 90,000 UPEX, and then if the market drops below a certain point, we'll buy like probably about 90 energy, and then push it back up when the market goes up again, and getting our account over like 140,000 UPEX, which will be amazing in less than a week. And then we've still got like a couple of days as well going into the weekend, so yeah, we'll see how the market goes, and I'll let you know on this account. I'll keep you all updated as well. So hope you're really enjoying Upland. I hope you're really doing well and finding Spark Tycoon good. Let me know down in the comments if you've got any questions as well. Click that subscribe button if you're not already. Really trying to push this account, and I'll see you tomorrow for another video, guys. METAVERSEMILLEN, peace.